escaped my controlling stepmother to find happiness. From being trapped in a toxic household to finding freedom and happiness, my journey is one of courage and self-discovery. In this video, I share my personal story of escaping my controlling stepmother and finding the strength to break free from the emotional chains that held me back. It's a story of overcoming fear, building resilience, and learning to love myself. If you're struggling with a toxic family member or feeling trapped in a situation, this video is for you. Get ready to be inspired and motivated to take control of your life and find happiness on your own terms. Join me as I take on the challenge of breaking free from my controlling stepmother and discovering what true happiness really means. Hi everyone, my name is and I'm so glad you're here to share this journey with me. Growing up, my life was vastly different from what I thought it would be. My stepmother came into the picture when I was really young, and it wasn't long before I realized that she had a major influence on my life, and not in a good way. My stepmother was controlling, to say the least. She would dictate what I wore, what I ate, and even who I hung out with. If I didn't comply, she would throw a fit, making everyone in the house uncomfortable. I remember this one time when I wanted to go to the mall with my friends, and she refused to let me go unless I wore the exact outfit she had picked out for me. It was humiliating, and it made me feel like I had no say in my own life. I was constantly walking on eggshells, never knowing when she would blow up at me. Her behavior took a toll on my mental health too. I was always anxious, always worried about what she would say or do next. I felt like I was living in a constant state of fear, and it was exhausting. I would try to talk to my dad about it, but he would just brush it off, saying that she was only trying to help. But I knew that wasn't true. She was trying to control me, to mold me into the person she wanted me to be. And it was suffocating. Looking back, I realized that her controlling behavior was just a symptom of a deeper issue, her own insecurity. She needed to feel in control, needed to feel like she was the one calling the shots. And I was her puppet, her pawn in her game of life. It was a toxic dynamic, and it was slowly eating away at me. I felt so alone, so trapped. I didn't know how to escape, how to break free from her grasp. I thought I was stuck, that this was just the way my life was going to be. But deep down, I knew I deserved better. I deserved to be happy, to live my life on my own terms. I started small, taking tiny steps towards independence. I would do little things like wear a shirt that she didn't approve of or go to the grocery store without telling her. It was exhilarating, but also terrifying. I was scared of her reaction, scared of what she would do or say. But with each small victory, I gained confidence. I started to realize that I didn't need her approval, that I could make my own decisions. Of course, there were obstacles along the way. She would get angry, would try to guilt-trip me into doing what she wanted. But I was determined. I was determined to take back control of my life, to be my own person. And then, one day, I had an epiphany. I realized that I didn't have to live like this, that I didn't have to be controlled by someone else's whims. I realized that I deserved to be happy, to live a life that was true to who I was. And in that moment, I knew I had to take action. I started making plans, started figuring out how I could break free from my stepmother's grasp once and for all. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't quick. But I was determined, and I was willing to do whatever it took to be happy. So, looking back on my journey, I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud that I took control of my life, that I refused to let someone else dictate my happiness. I learned that I am capable, that I am strong. And I learned that true happiness comes from within, from being true to oneself. My journey taught me so much, but the most important lesson I learned was the importance of self-empowerment. I realized that I had the power to change my life, to take control of my own happiness. And that's a lesson I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. If you've gone through something similar, I want to hear from you. Share your story in the comments below, and let's support each other on our journeys to happiness. And if you want to learn more about overcoming difficult family dynamics, check out my next video, where I'll be sharing some tips and tricks on how to do just that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.